you do something else? Is it all to do by the same one? Would you get the families to the literature that don't have them and then give any extras if they don't care? Okay, great.
You can call it anything else. I like it.
I'm going to take another meditation time.
I'm not going to be Brian, okay. And then down next to that corner, that's the church. Anybody, are you familiar with that? Okay, all right, I just want to make sure they do it.
Rena, did you want me to
Mary Jane's. So I would like to purchase a new one, but it's just not meditation. Very might see her. Let me know.
Good morning.
Sorry, this is Karen. She is an
We're getting ready to start our meditation. So I'm going to invite everybody to find a
Sorry for the door.
prepare communion with Spirit.
Thank you so much. I'm great.
We're going to prepare ourselves as we prepare the room. And that means that we're going to go ahead and if you have a cellular device and you are in this room, if you could go ahead and make sure that it is either in meditation mode, also known as morning airplane mode. And for those of you who are streaming in right now, live, welcome. With Galaxy AI on us. Meditation service. And for those of you at home, our meditation service is going to take us from about 28 minutes or so will be the meditation service. And then in about a half an hour, we'll start our music and message. So if you are seated in this room right now, or if you're streaming in live right now, that means you're here to move into communion with Spirit, and that is our meditation service. So those of you who just came in, if you missed the cellular device announcement, you're just going to make sure that they're either off or in meditation mode. For those of you at home, I would just want to put yours and do not disturb mode. For those of you at home, you're going to go ahead and find a comfortable place to sit. You may want to draw the line, dim the lights. For those of us here, we'll be dimming the lights shortly. When you hear that gong, that means we're going to take off. I just want to give you a few guidelines. If this is your first time here with us, our meditation service in person or online, we follow the golden thread found in all meditation practices around the globe. Whether that meditation practice is an unconscious, that I'm out exercising and I get lost in the zone, or whether that is from any of the other religious or indigenous teachings from around the globe, they all share the same thing, and that is being still in the mind of Spirit. And whether that is a meditation practice that is comprised of a mantra or an activation, which is simply picking one quality of the divine, an eternal quality. And the eternal qualities of life, of the divine, are peace, harmony, love, joy, goodness. Those are eternal. They never go anywhere. And we're transcending the temporal. The temporal is the surface mind, worries, doubts, concerns. That is like the surface mind. So we're transcending that. We're going to let it all go. And there's the intention of a particular meditation practice, like an activation, like a mantra, visioning, or an inquiry meditation is seeking providence, holy awareness, an answer to something. And then there's moving meditations like Qigong, Tai Chi, Yoga, that are about a more integrated feeling the movement of the energy with your body and transcending that. In our meditation practice, we're going to go ahead and do a stillness meditation. And with that, there's the intention that the meditations bring, and then there's the intention you bring. I'm going to offer a few suggestions for you. One is that this is the most glorious, most deep, most delicious, most effortless, most elegant, most profoundly inspirational meditation ever. Two, that you will be completely undistracted by any outside noises or any inside chatter. When you set those intentions, it really makes a big difference. And if there are any other intentions you may have, you can set that. It could be for healing or providential awareness, whatever it may be. I'm going to center us. That'll be a guiding into the stillness. Then we'll sit in the stillness for some moments and minutes, and then we will come out in a wave of prayer. Another intention I'm going to offer up is some meditation practices have you sit in a particular way or hold a particular mudra, whether it's a meditation mudra, a prayer mudra, something of that nature. Whatever feels good and right to you, you're welcome to do. And what I'm going to also offer is that however you choose to have your body, and for those of you at home, if you're laying down, and if it's possible, just prop yourselves up a little bit. That all the channels and all the meridians of our physical, emotional, and mental bodies are wide open. That's all I have for our guidance at this particular point. We are now ready to begin. If you're going to close your eyes, I invite you to do so now. As always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves and our mind, I give myself permission to relax. As we invite, as we evoke, and as we allow the divine energies of peace, love, beauty, and grace, harmony, and calm, wellness, and goodness to wash over us, to rise up from within us, knowing there is no place to go, there is nothing to do, except completely surrender to the deepest states of relaxation, rejuvenation, and revelation. And so without changing anything at all, just because you're breathing, the inhalation, exhalation. You may feel that soft, cool breeze as it caresses the inner nostril, or perhaps the tip of your tongue in your mouth. Solely through intention, no efforting whatsoever. We intend for our breath to become deeper, wider, fresher. We take a moment and I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart center, in the middle of your chest, and allow it to open. Some may feel a softening in your upper chest. Some may feel tingles. Some may see or sense a flower blossoming and outstretching its petals. Some may sense or see an illumination of light beginning to grow. Whatever you see, whatever you sense, simply allow your heart to open, to expand. With every inhalation, you'll feel the heart becoming brighter and wider. I invite you to bring your awareness to your crown at the top of your head. And imagine, like the dome of an observatory, that your crown is wide open to gaze at the cosmos. You'll begin to notice it's as though you're sitting beneath a waterfall of energy. Some feel it as tingles. Some see it as light, cascading down over you. Peace. And as you inhale, you can feel that energy coming in through your crown down into your heart. And as we exhale, we can feel ourselves letting go. Letting go of tension, tightness, concerns. We don't need to know how or why. We simply exhale, and like a plume of steam evaporating into light, we let go. On the next exhalation, I invite you to join me as we let go of efforting and trying. Inhaling ease and peace. Exhaling, we let go of figuring and analyzing. Inhaling, we feel the energy of clarity, providence. Exhaling, we choose to let go of time. We let go of the past. We let go of the future. We let go of the present. And you can feel the inhale taking us into the eternal. As that eternal energy flows from the infinite source, the light in the heart of the universal mind, you can feel oneness beginning to proliferate itself, goodness expanding itself into all muscles, organs, bones, and tissue. You can feel the exhalation has now joined the inhalation to cycle and expand the eternal frequencies. You can feel your cells illuminating from the inside out as this energy washes over us from the outside in. Every cycle of breathing taking us deeper into spaciousness, freedom, and a love that transcends human awareness. You can feel the energy tingling in the toes, ankles, the contagion of relaxation and light rising through your calves and shins, your knees into your hips, through your thighs and hamstrings. Everything is softening and strengthening, revitalizing and relaxing. And that energy begins to rise from your root at the base of the spine, your lower belly, behind your belly button and your lower back. Gentle, soft illuminations of vitality rising to your upper belly, your middle back, your core. You can feel homeostasis rising into your chest, your shoulder blades. And that energy continues to release all density. As freedom and spaciousness continue to expand. We can feel the inner eye opening, the inner ear attuning, and the higher mind completely enveloping as this energy rolls from the physical body into the emotional body. Waves of divine strength, compassion and love. And that eternal energy floods into the mental body. Clarity, dissolving all thoughts and words, as illumination and inspiration beyond words envelop the mind. And the energy moves from the mental body into the bliss body, the energy of the soul, the eternal. Timelessness, beauty, passion. And it is here that we allow ourselves to rest, rejuvenate, and relax in the stillness. Should your mind wander at any time, just bring it back to the breath. go even deeper, I invite you. Move into a state of divine receptivity, benevolent vulnerability, only vulnerable to good, to empowerment, divine strength, clarity, optimism, and faith. Softening and strengthening, rejuvenating and expanding. I invite you to bring your awareness back to your breath. The inhalation, the exhalation that continue to fan the internal, eternal flame. Now I invite you to become aware of your entire energy body. That electromagnetic field of energy around you. About 1 meter, 3, 4, 5 feet in every direction. At the South Pole, at the bottom of your energy field. Many have seen a starburst of emerald green and white light. An energy center known as your 10th chakra, your Earth Star, the South Pole. On your next inhalation, I invite you to imagine you are inhaling and drawing the energy in through the top of your energy field, to the North Pole, down through your crown, through your heart, through your root at the base of your spine, all the way down to the bottom of your energy field. As you exhale, you'll feel it rise back up the entire length of your energy body. The full breath, the breath of life. Inhaling, feeling the energy of source, the eternal magnificence, the energy of your soul. Making its way down your central core to the bottom of your energy field. Exhaling. And then letting go. We take a moment in gratitude. I invite you to feel the energy of gratitude. Its vibration, perhaps its color or frequency. It may bring to mind things you are grateful for, or you may just feel its brilliance and its beauty. I'm grateful to know that there is an omniamorous, all-loving intelligence, power, and presence throughout all the universe, in all dimensions of all incarnations, that is good. It is the intelligence, it is the power that is right now birthing stars, collapsing them, orbiting planets. It is the intelligence that knows with precision how to orbit the Earth around the sun, to bring the seasons, to sustain and expand life elegantly, brilliantly. Is the intelligence that knows how to heal and rejuvenate a wound. It is the power that can clap thunder, drop rain, spray rainbows, and it is beating our hearts. And it is good, and it is universal, and it is omnipresent in every space and every place, in the furthest reaches of the farthest galaxies. That which we call the universe, or God, whether we call it Jehovah, or Allah, Yahweh, Elohim, Adonai, the Great One, the Creator, love. Its presence is brilliance, and it created each and every one of us in its image and likeness. beyond our personality, name, gender, race, nationality, personality traits, beyond anything of the temporal world. There's a divine spark within each and every one of us that only knows pure joy and has never experienced harm or strife. I'm grateful to know that as we are still, we align with the divine design of our lives, and we allow it to proliferate itself as rejuvenation and healing, as creation and expansion of good. How grateful I am for this time to just relax, return to the beginning. As we allow our breath and our breathing to continue to expand, as we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, feeling the chair beneath you or whatever your furniture is, if you're streaming in from home. Feeling the ground beneath us, the presence of Mother Earth, and knowing that as we ground heaven on earth, it blossoms. And we do so now. Grateful for this time together. We come back in a lucid state of divine awareness, feeling your body temple, maybe wiggling your toes. Maybe if you feel you need a little grounding or balancing, taking opposite hand to opposite knee. A little caress on the knees or a squeeze, whatever feels right and good to you. Whenever you feel ready, if you haven't already, you can open your eyes. And in a moment, the lights are going to come up in this room. This concludes our meditation service. I'm going to welcome you back, and in about 3.5, 4 minutes, we will begin our music and our message. For those of you at home, that means we're taking a break. You can go ahead and use the restroom. Same goes for those of you here. The lights are going to come up. It might be a little abrupt. And so we're standing by that light switch, if you wouldn't mind flipping just one of them. Perfect. All right, welcome back. And we will begin our service in about 3.5 minutes.
I get
morning, Soul Center.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
It's so nice to look out and see these happy, smiling faces. And good morning online. My name is Jessica Susalik, and I'm the co-founder of Soul Center OC with my mom, Patricia Griffith, who is our angel in heaven. And we are an Agape affiliate. We are bringing the teachings of Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith and the Agape International Spiritual Center to Orange County with our incredible spiritual director, Reverend Keith Horowitz. We are so grateful. Let's stand and say our declaration, please. Our declaration is in your program. Let's say it knowing it as the absolute truth for ourselves, for each other, and for the globe, the entire world, the entire universe. There is one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I am here to receive the divine message for me. I am awake, I am tapped in, and I am transformed. You may be seated. We have a lot of wonderful announcements. As most of you know, we are continuing our incredible 10-year anniversary month celebration. This is the third week of anniversary month. And we have this Friday night, so less than a week away, our 10-year anniversary Butterfly Gala. We are so thrilled to be hosting that event in this space, in our brand new home, obviously. It was the dream to be here for the 10-year anniversary, and here we are. And Reverend Michael will be here with us celebrating and blessing this space. We will have vegan and vegetarian fare provided, and our incredible Soul Center musicians will be here, delighting us with their gifts. Please join us on Friday night. RSVP online, so we have an idea of how many people are coming, but it's going to be a really special night, and we'd love to see you. And Sunday, following service next Sunday, is the State of the Center, which is a wonderful time for us to gather, get to know each other, and kind of talk about where the center is going over the next 10 years. And we will be talking about the vision of Soul Center for the next 10 years. So that'll be a lovely event. That's following service, immediately after service next Sunday. Please join us for that.
One thing, the State of the Center, if there's anybody who's new to our community, we'll also give you a little bit of an idea of our background and who we are and all that stuff. So if you want to stay for that after service, that would be great.
And we'll be providing light snacks right after service so that to entice you to not just run off to lunch. We'll have a little snack provided so you can hold yourself over before lunch after the State of the Center. And that leads me to Munch and Mingle, which we know Munch and Mingle is a great way to go have lunch together as a community and get to know each other and fellowship. Munch and Mingle is a part of the bingo game. It's one of the squares on bingo. So Munch and Mingle will be an opportunity following State of the Center next week, but also today. We invite everyone to stay after service and help us decorate for the Butterfly Gala. Many hands make light work. We know that is a valuable lesson in community, and that is happening today after service. And this will also count on your square towards a Munch and Mingle if you are playing bingo. So stay after service. Help us decorate for the Butterfly Gala. We're going to have a lot of fun. Again, if you're playing bingo, you can win bingo as many times as you want. Up, down, sideways, diagonal, and turn in your bingo card for a chance to win a free class, which is a really beautiful offering. And if you are playing for blackout, you get blackout with our bingo card. You get an automatic free energy healing session with Reverend Keith. And those of you who've have done this with Reverend Keith know that it's transformational. So get your blackout cards in. It's gonna be an incredible gift to get a session with Reverend Keith. Reverend Keith was here on Tuesday doing energy sessions, and he did one with my 7-year-old daughter. And Sadie came away from it just absolutely just mesmerized. So thank you for that. It's really important work that he does. So that's for the blackout for bingo, and that is happening. You turn your bingo cards. We will announce the winner of the free class at the State of the Center. So play your bingo. Bingo is outside. And for those of you online, everything on those bingo cards you can do remotely. So please go visit our website, get yourself a bingo card, and let's have some fun. Videos, photos. Anybody who can send me past photos. We're doing the anniversary committee is doing a historical photo montage for the Butterfly Gala. Email me, please. Jessica@soulcenteroc.com, or you can stay after service today and airdrop them to me. So that is also something to do today. We have our conscious parenting class coming. Keep your eyes and ears open. We wanted to announce that during the anniversary month because it's going to be such a special class. That'll be happening in April, but Reverend Susie from Agape and Reverend Michael will be doing a master class with us for that. So we've got a lot of exciting, wonderful things happening at Soul Center. So happy 10 years, everyone. And here's Paulette from our board.
More announcements, but I want to tell you that I'm so looking forward to Friday night and seeing Reverend Michael here. And for the Butterfly Gala, we've got a lot of little butterfly things in there. If you don't have anything butterfly, there's some pins in there and other things that you can pick up in the Almond Garden. And that's going to be open right after service, so stop by on your way out. Okay? All right, so one thing we want to remind you is please turn your cell phones off or in silent mode so that we don't interrupt service. Thank you, Brian. Our new address is in your program and on our website and social media. You all found your way here, so that's good. And Love Streamers, you've got that address too. So we have a new class coming up starting February 7th, which is Practicing the Presence, facilitated by Reverend Keith. It begins Wednesday evening, February 7th. And in this class, we will deepen our connection with Spirit as we follow the inspirational teachings of Joel Goldsmith. We will enrich our meditation and prayer practice, as well as delve into healing and our connection with creation. The early registration discount ends this Wednesday, the 24th. So take a look at that. For information about Reverend Keith's daily affirmative prayer, Tuesdays, A Course in Miracles with Akili Beckwith, our soul circles, and our weekly newsletter, please visit our welcome table after service or our website, soulcenteroc.com. If you'd like to volunteer, we can always use our helpful, beautiful volunteers. Please contact Colleen LeBlanc. She's outside volunteering, or Kathy Lokay, and she's probably outside somewhere unless I see her. I don't see her. So, okay. So either one of those can help you join our volunteer community, and you really get to know people when you do that. So it is a lot of fun. And I think that's it, right? We don't have any other announcements right now. So let's join our soul centers. Oh, do we want to introduce our musical inspiration? And we want to introduce Brian. Sure.
circle. You really are in the right place at the right time today, and I am so grateful. My name is Susan Donovan. Our reading is from Spiritual Discernment by Joel Goldsmith. In the very moment that we have decided not to judge by appearances, we have set something within us in the direction of the development of the soul faculty of spiritual discernment. We have established an agreement within ourselves that what we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell has nothing to do with the person as they are, and we have agreed within ourselves that we cannot judge them by any of the human standards of the 5 physical senses. Therefore, we must wait on God. We must wait for spiritual discernment to reveal them to us as they are. We have opportunities for the practice of this all day long and all night long. First, because it is necessary that we come to know the members of our own family as they are rather than as they appear to be. We never will be entirely satisfied with them as they humanly appear to be. True happiness can come only in discernment, in discerning the real nature of what is hidden from view. As we practice this, some come to us and ask for help for our prayers. A healing consciousness knows that a human being is not what they appear to be. It knows that we cannot see, hear, taste, touch, or smell a person as they are in God's image and likeness, and that we cannot judge them by any standard of the human mind. We must therefore wait for a spiritual faculty to develop within that enables us to discern them in the image and likeness of God. Let us turn within and pray. Oh, I'm so grateful in this moment. I'm so grateful to look out and see so many that I love, so many of my friends, my beloveds, my soul family, my chosen family. How grateful I am in this moment. How grateful I am to bless this occasion, this celebration today. I'm grateful for how we've chosen to come together in this particular configuration that will never be again. And I'm blessing this celebration today, our chance to come together and celebrate and commune with the divine presence itself. And how very good it is to know this presence is this one thing that is taking place, that which is behind all of existence and all of creation. And I'm grateful to speak a word of blessing over our celebration today. I'm blessing our Enlightened Kids Village. How grateful I am for this space for our youngest of congregants. I'm blessing all of our volunteers, those which come and set up and those that stay late and put everything away, and all of the activity and planning that takes in between. And how grateful I am to bless our beautiful musicians, the talent and skill and expertise that they bring to us and share with us. How grateful I am for Reverend Keith and the divine inspired message that he's going to share with us today. And I'm blessing our very lives today, blessing every beautiful soul here, blessing them with more peace, more joy, more love than ever before. And I'm grateful to bless this occasion, knowing that something truly wonderful is taking place here, this day of celebration and communing with the Spirit of God. Grateful for this, and I simply say, and so it is, amen. And so it is, amen. Hey, it's time for us to do our agape affirmations. If you'll please rise, I will state them, and we'll all repeat it together. A grand vision of possibility is the blueprint for my life. A grand vision of possibility is the blueprint for my life. The infinite invisible presence of God fills my body, mind, and soul. The infinite invisible presence of God fills my body, mind, and soul. I am an avenue of harmonizing prosperity, a blessing on the planet. I am an avenue of harmonizing prosperity, a blessing on the planet. Open doors and open hearts greet me wherever I go. Open doors and open hearts greet me wherever I go. Today I set myself free and let the God times roll.
Today I set myself free and let the God times roll.
In all things I am grateful, and so be it. Amen.
In all things I am grateful, so be it. Amen.
Thank you. You may now be seated. And for those of you that would like to experience private, individual, and confidential prayer today, please find a licensed prayer chaplain or practitioner, and they're the ones wearing the shawls.
All right, with this song we are delivering the energy of divine receptivity and surrender. Happy anniversary, Soul Center.
And there I find you.
There we go. Bring them alone. Good morning, Soul Center. You guys are amazing. They were in the zone. Jeff, I don't know the words, I'm not going to butcher it. But they were in the zone. Did you see Jesse's all like in it? Brian's all in it. The girls were just like having it. And Michael, a little twirling the drumstick. That was like amazing. All right, good morning, Soul Center. I'm Reverend Keith. If you are new to Soul Center, first I want to welcome you. If you're new streaming in, welcome love streamers from around the globe. I'm welcoming Michelle in Australia. Good to see you. Olive and Taheda in Florida. Another Michelle over in Massachusetts. Good morning to you. Those of you in the afternoon time zones and in the evening time zones streaming in, we love you. Thank you for being part of our community online, globally. Dave and Trish in Malaysia, I know you're probably due to be back here soon. And those of you right here in this room in the living flesh, good morning. And if you are here, if this is your first time, I want to welcome you. We are Soul Center. We're part of the Agape International Spiritual Center, which means we are a trans-denominational interfaith community. What does that mean? Trans-denominational means we transcend the denominational practices of the religions, not because those are bad or wrong or anything like that, but because we're moving into the mystical aspect of all the religions. Did you know that every religion has a mystical sect? But not all of them practice that. There are certain dogmas, certain practices that are practiced around the world in different religious organizations that can sometimes keep us in a bind. Trans-denominational means we seek the truth in all of that, and we choose to make it personal within our own beingness to personify the divine. And we're interfaith because we honor all of those paths, all of those lineages. We don't make anything bad or wrong. We just seek the absolute truth. That's what we're here to do. And so I'm grateful for you to be here. If you are here in person for the first time, and if it is your first time, maybe last week was your first time, periodically, we do it on a very regular basis, but I'm going to ask you to go ahead and stand up. If this is your first time, or if this is the first time you're being asked to stand up. Any of you? Don't worry, we're not going to ask you to do anything in particular, but we are going to love on you. By love on you, that means we're going to offer a prayer of blessings for you as we welcome you to our community. And all I ask is that you receive it. And what that means is you just kind of imagine your heart is wide open, and I'm just going to receive being blessed and loved. The rest of us, those of you at home too, you can extend your palms. We extend our palms, which is just symbolic of our prayer coming through our heart and our hands to you. And you will just receive. You don't have to say anything. Everybody else is going to repeat after me. Good morning and welcome to Soul Center. Good morning and welcome to Soul Center. We know who you truly are. We know who you truly are. You are a divine being of light. You are a divine being of light. Born in the image and likeness of God. Born in the image and likeness of God. You have a divine purpose. You have a divine purpose. That includes bliss. That includes bliss. And joy. And joy. And beauty. And beauty. Given and received. Given and received. We are grateful for you. We are grateful. We thank God for you. We thank God for you. And we welcome you to Soul Center. And we welcome you to Soul Center. And a little applause for our Thank you for being courageous enough to stand up. I know sometimes it might be like, what is he asking us to do? But that wasn't so bad, was it? All right. Welcome to Soul Center. I'm Reverend Keith as we continue this month with the theme, which is a divinely transcending, transceiving, and transmuting. We gotta want to remind ourselves, what does that mean? Transcending means you're transcending the temporal world. Transceiving means you will receive from a space of divine receivership. It's not the same as a human thing, a polite, like, thank you for the gift or whatever it is, the compliment. Transceiving means you move into a benevolent state of vulnerability to receive love and joy and beauty and all the eternal frequencies are better than you've ever received them. It is kind of innocuous or synonymous with bliss. That is that. Transmutation means that you will... Did I do transmutation first? No, I did not. I did transcendence. Yes, that's the next one. Transcendence means you rise above it. Transmuting means anything that would get in the way is what you're going to heal or transform or transmute so that you can avail yourself. What would that look like? If you had a fear of heights, you would say, I'm going to transmute and transcend that and be free of a worry, a doubt, or a fear. It is absolutely possible. I'm going to ask you today to check your baggage and allow yourself to let go of any concerns, worries, doubts, or fears. I'm going to maybe simplify it a bit, but I'm also going to intensify it a little bit. I'm going to allow you to just open up and relax and allow yourself to move into that transceiving aspect of a being. And also remember that as today's topic is holy discernment and demonstrations of good. What did you come here to do? You came here to have a demonstration of good, whether you know it or not. You incarnated on planet Earth to receive and express and circulate good. You didn't come here to just go through challenges on a regular basis. There's a difference between demonstrations of good and manifesting things. Manifesting things is usually associated with the ego. The law of manifestation allows you, most people use it as a form of willpower. I'm going to state things, I'm going to do things, I'm going to make things happen of my ego, of my own small self. When you move into the law of creation, you move into the vibration of allowing. You allow a divine idea to come into you, flow through you, but then you allow that law to go before you and make the crooked path straight. We want to make sure that as we surrender into this, it can sometimes be a little wobbly at times. When we've grown up where we're going to make things happen, it can sometimes be weird to allow things to happen. And so as we move into a field of the energy of creation, as we let go of the ego's will of willpower and we surrender to divine will, which, by the way, divine will is not some airy-fairy idea or some transcendental thing that is only for masters from around the globe. It is your destiny. Your destiny is to surrender into your magnificence. There's a quote by the Persian mystic Rumi that says, the day you were born, a ladder was set up for you to escape the world. And not to escape, to run away from it screaming, but to ascend on the ladder. I like to look at it as a staircase. And the staircase is so when you come down into the illusion of the human experience, the whole entire game of life is to transcend worries, doubts, and fears and move into a greater state of liberation, which brings and begets joy. That's the way it works. We want to make sure that we are participating deliberately in that by utilizing the law of transmutation to heal and utilizing the law of creation to expand and live the divine idea of your life. There is a divine idea of your life. It is brilliant, it is beautiful, and it makes your heart sing, and it brings you joy. Most of us get caught up in the machinations of the personality, and some of us, you're not going to believe this, but some of us collect trauma. Little trauma collectors. We go around, somebody hurt me over here. Ooh, that hurt. I'm going to take that pain and kind of stuff it right down in here. Oh my God, you betrayed me. Oh, I'm going to take that and I'm going to formulate some beliefs about that. Oh my God, I had a bad experience with that high thing, and oh, now I'm going to have a fear of heights. I'm going to stuff that down in my cellular memory. We didn't come here to be collectors of trauma. We came here to be transmuters and transcenders and to rise into a greater experience. That means that you become aware of the law of transmutation, that you are going to deliberately choose to ascend to that ladder. We are not a community that sweeps things under the rug. We are a community that gets it all out from under the rug. Can you imagine? I know there's some people around the globe. I used to. My rug used to have a big mound like this. And because of all the sweeping I was doing, can you imagine? It's kind of crazy, but it's a great kind of, to have a visual of that. But it is absolutely true. And what's going to happen if you sweep everything under the rug? You're going to eventually, trip over it. We want to get out everything, dust bunnies, the whole 9 yards, and transcend into a greater experience of being. That means some of us, you're not going to believe this, but many people go through life and they allow crisis to be the motivator of change. You are going to change no matter what is happening in your life. You are going to ascend. You're going to follow the destiny. That divine inertia is going to pull you. Some people go kicking and screaming and say, no, 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 I like things just the way they are. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There's an old parable from India that says there was an Indian tradesman, and he went to Africa to get baubles and things to bring back, and he went into the forest, and he saw the talking parrots out in the forest, and he grabbed one of the talking parrots, and he said, I'm going to make him my pet and bring him back to India. He brought him back to India, put him in a big, beautiful cage, and the parrot would talk to him, and he made sure he was a good owner, so to speak. He made sure he had all the food, he made sure he had all the toys, he made sure that he had a good life in the cage. And then one day, he went back to Africa, and he said, he was getting ready to go back to Africa, and he said, the bird said, when you go back, will you please talk to my friends and say hello for me? So he went back, and he went into the forest, and he went up, and he was telling his friends, yeah, he's having a really good life in India. He lives in this cage, he's got his food and his water, and all things are good. And then all of a sudden he looked, and one of the parrots in the trees just welled up in tears and just dropped dead. And he was like, oh my goodness, and there was like a stillness. And then all of a sudden he went back to India, and he was telling the story to his parrot. He goes, and then I went and one of your friends, and I told him you had a good life and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden the bird in the cage welled up with tears and dropped dead. And then he was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it happened again. So he was a little distraught, and he took the bird and he put it out in the trash heap. And then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, the bird woke up with a huge grin on his face and began to fly. He began to fly, and he said, and the owner said, like, what happened? And he said, I had a revelation. I needed to die in order to understand the truth that I had been imprisoned in a cage. The moral of the story is he got comfortable with all of the surroundings, the food and the water, but he wasn't living his passion. He wasn't truly free. We are our own imprisoners. There's nobody that can imprison you. There's nobody that can ruin your day, despite what you might hear out there. Not the economy, not grandma, not mom, not dad, not your children, not your BFF or your frenemy. None of those people can ruin your day. We, on the other hand, can take things and digest them to the degree that we formulate as it passes through a filter of our beliefs and believe that there's something wrong with someone. Oh my God, if they would just get their act together, everything would be fine. That is false imprisonment. That is me putting the power outside me and waiting for someone else to heal and grow and expand before I can experience happiness. As we evolve, as we ascend the staircase, the natural phenomena of that is you're going to go through life. If you follow the teachings of Reverend Michael and you understand that you can either be pushed by the pain of life or you can be pulled by the vision of life. If you're pulled by the vision, that means you court the divine. You lay out a welcome mat to your soul, to your true nature, to who you truly are, which microcosmically is your own being born in the image and likeness of God. Macrocosmically, it's opening to the infinite intelligence and the infinite love and the infinite glory that is everywhere all the time, ceaselessly radiating itself. And it is not coming with messages ever. Beware of sitting and thinking you're getting a providential message if it has beware of something. If it's, oh no, stay away from so-and-so. Oh no, they're an energy vampire, stay away from them. That is not the way the universe would talk to you. That's not the way your soul talks to you. The soul talks to you only affirmatively, only from truth, only from goodness, and only from a win-win for everything and everyone all the time. But you have to be still and know that. You have to court the divine. That's why we have a meditation practice before we do our service. That's why we do visionings once a month and even more frequently with other situations and circumstances. That's why we commune with people in a way where we choose to have high conversation. We choose to see with God's eyes, hear with God's ears, and know with the divine mind. Now, every once in a while, we can get trapped and we can get pulled back into that cage and think that we get comfortable in those temporal illusionary ideas. We don't want to get comfortable in that. Not too long ago, there was a client of mine, and his elderly mom had gotten kind of scammed. You know those scams out there where somebody, it was one of those things where something was going on with the computer and then a thing came up and said, oh, in order to do this, you got to do that. And the next thing you know, she's on the phone with somebody. And the next thing you know, $25,000 later, she had been scammed out of that money. And that's something now, from the temporal perspective, we can all get to a place where we say, oh yes, okay, you gotta beware of this, beware of that, you gotta get on Nextdoor, you gotta get on all the different apps and find out what people are warning you to protect yourself from. Make sure you stay one step ahead of the next scam, the one who calls and says they're the IRS or whatever it is, and then you have the temporal ways of protecting yourself. All well and good to be conscious of those things, but you gotta wanna take it to the next level. Because that in and of itself, if you leave it just there, leaves you in victimization. Now, I might get some empowerment energy out of thinking, now I know how those dirty birds are operating, and I'm going to stay one step ahead of them. Don't give them any information, hang up on them, do whatever it is that you got to do. But you want to make sure that you also bring into consciousness and to dissolve the idea that something is against you. We are all moving into a place where everything is for us, cooperating. The universe operates on universal laws, one of them being the law of cooperation, symbiosis. It is what allows the Earth to orbit around the sun in perfect brilliance every year, with the seasons coming and going, with the flowers germinating and sprouting. It is that what regulates the temperature in your body, digests your food, sees through your eyes, hears through your ears. There are billions of natural phenomena that are taking place from the omni-active mind of God that are operating things from the autonomic nervous system that you don't have to get involved in. What you do want to get involved in is being in awe of that and attuning and aligning with those natural laws and making sure as we move in now, stage one might be like, oh, okay, I'm going to make sure that when I get one of those emails, don't click on hyperlinks in the email. We all know that's a no-no. But we want to make sure that we got, okay, I am going to release every part of me that is feeling victimized. On a scale of 1 to 10, most people aren't going to notice victimization at a 1, 2, and a 3. Most of us notice victimization when it gets up to an 8, 9, or a 10 because it's starting to push on the beliefs. And beliefs that get activated get very uncomfortable, and they will turn into anguish or pain whenever you are believing something that is not of the capital T truth. And remembering that, as it says in Conversations with God, I cannot tell you my truth until you stop telling me yours. We want to make sure that we are listening for the truth, not my truth. My truth is going to be, oh, there's awful people out there. They're running scams. They're doing this. They're doing that. Whether it used to be back in the olden days, I think it was just like ambulance chasers. Now it seems to have gotten a little more sophisticated. I think they still exist. But not in your world. And not making them wrong or bad either. Now that's the hard hard part. Moving in when you think somebody has wronged you and moving into a state of transcendental, transmutational forgiveness. Forgive them for they know not what they're doing is what we're moving into. That's easier said than done, but we want to make sure that we are applying that in our everyday lives. We want to make sure that we understand the difference between synthetic imagination and the imagination of creation. Synthetic imagination travels through the filters of your trauma body. Creative imagination usurps that and comes in as a direct knowing. We're all going to be in agreement. We're going to allow direct knowing. It has to start with a choice. The choice is, I am going to be mindful of my life. I will heal all trauma, no matter how big or how small, in the knowingness and in the vibration of a holy frequency. The other day I was working with a group and we were talking about what is it that you really want? What is it that you really want? If you're looking for prosperity, also known as money, which is the way most people have it defined, which of course we know prosperity is much more than money. It is opportunity, it is wellness, it is goodness. But if you're looking for money, and some people will say, oh yeah, if I just had all this money, I'd be just perfectly fine. If I just won the lottery, I'd just be perfectly fine. Form comes from consciousness. Form comes from consciousness. If something is in form and I don't have the consciousness to match that, then when that money comes in, it's probably going to just spitter away as easily as it came in. We want to make sure that our consciousness is there. We also want to make sure that it's not money you're after. You're after worthiness. You're after generosity. You're after cooperation. You're after participating in the law of circulation, which means you're going to give and receive. I remember when I was first matriculating, before I got into ministerial school, taking all the prereqs and prac training, and we took a financial freedom class, because financial freedom, people are really interested in that. And of course I was too, because at that particular point in my life, I was almost destitute. I was almost going to lose the house, clipping coupons, things of that nature. Nothing wrong with that. Except it's not so fun when you're dependent on the carnal world. And as I started to do the inner work, I found the weed of worthiness. I don't deserve this. I found the weeds of greed. I found the weeds of protection and survival. I found those weeds and start to transmute them as you till the soil and start to bring in a garden that's going to bloom the flowers of prosperity, the flowers of generosity, the flowers of circulation. That's what we came here to do. If you're looking for a soulmate, or maybe you have a soulmate relationship that you would like to enhance, what are you looking for? You're not like many people. If I had $1 for everybody who came to me and said, oh, I'm just looking for my soulmate. I'm looking for my twin flame. Oh, I'm looking for that man or that woman, my prince or my princess, whatever it may be. And I said, well, what are you going to get out of that? Oh, I don't know, just someone to be with. You got to go a little deeper. What are you really looking for? You're looking for what a sacred relationship that is filled with compassion looks like. You're looking for reverence and respect, nurture and support, given and received. You're going to move into a benevolent state of vulnerability, and you always hear me say those words together, benevolent vulnerability, because if you are not benevolently vulnerable and you're just vulnerable, you're apt to get hurt. When you qualify it as benevolent vulnerability, you can open to release the hurt, but you can jump into the spring waters of goodness and be rejuvenated. If I do it mindlessly, I might open myself up to transcend the hurt, and then I get hurt again, and then it compounds it, and I want to shut down again. And oftentimes when we shut down, you got to get in there, you got to get the crowbar, you got to crack it open again. Because I don't know if any of you ever either said this or you've known someone who said that. I'm not doing that again. I'm never going to date someone like that again. And where did that come from? That didn't come come from Providence. That came from the trauma body. And like, oh my God, they're just not for me. It wasn't meant to be. What's not meant to be is discord, disharmony, irreverence, or disrespect. What is meant to be is reverence, harmony, kindness, goodness, generosity. So it's what we need to know and how we need to grow in order to expand our good. And all you need to do is look at what's directly in front of you. You don't have to look far. All you need to do, what is going on right now? You have to become familiar with your energy body. You know, there was a study recently that said there's a happiness slump going on in the United States and around the globe. A happiness slump is taking place, and people, as they're doing these studies, one of the first questions they ask is, well, what does happiness mean to you? Oh, I don't know. And that was preceded by, oh, what would you like? I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. Oh, well, what does happiness mean to you? Oh, I don't know. You need to know what happiness means to you. And it's not going to be that if I have the house or the car or the lover, whatever it may be, it means that you are going to have the deepest, most profound connection at a cellular level that is pure, that is intimate, of how you connect the divine through you into the world. It's your destiny. You can't avoid it. I'm just here to show you how to not stub your toe, because it gets a little boring when you're on the path and you're walking on your life path and you've got blisters and you've got stubbed toes and maybe you walked into a couple things that have whacked your shins. Oftentimes that can make you feel like hopeless, powerless. We want to forego that and move into a place where we let go of synthetic imagining and we move into creative imagining. That means you have to be still, you have to sit, you have to set an intention. My intention is that all my intentions are in alignment with the desires of my soul. That's one of the intentions we're all going to have. Because the desires of your soul will always lead you to freedom. They'll always lead you to bliss. They'll always lead you to goodness. You have to be still and know and understand the language that you are moving beyond temporal treats and you're moving into eternal elation. Eternal elation means I'm in alignment with that. You'll begin to notice a little bit of a progression as you start to do it. Oh my goodness, things are getting a little better. Oh my goodness, things are getting a little better. Now this is where I'm going to give you the caveat emptor, the buyer beware. When things get a little bit better, that's not when you stop. You keep going. That's the entire meaning of glory to greater glory. I'm going to continue to grow and glow. It would be kind of like, oh, you know, back in, remember, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but once upon a time there was cars that had roll-up windows. You know, can you imagine? It's like, of course, I don't think, and it used to be an option. Ooh, I'm going to get power windows. But we all know that it would be like if you were going to get a car and you went and it had no music and it had roll-up windows and it didn't have, the air conditioning didn't work very well, whatever it was. And you're like, well, I can make do. And it's like, oh, but there's this model over here that has power windows and power steering and air conditioning, and it's got Bluetooth, and it's got all the bells and whistles of the newest, latest things. We're going, no, I'm just going to suffer along. And, you know, and it's like, all right, no, we're going to go ahead and we're going to say, no, I am going to know that my worthiness is deserving of my good. We're going to know that we want to make sure, something that came to me was that a lot of times, people try to have spirit conform to their lives. Spirit does not conform to your life. You conform to the life of spirit. That means, I've heard so many people say, oh, what I need right now, I need the universe to take care of my mortgage. I need the universe to take care of this healing. I'm putting you on notice, universe. You need to do this for me. You need to open up ways to conform to my way of being. That's not the way it works. The way it works is, show me the most harmonious, the most efficient, the most divine, the most immaculate, the most beautiful way for me to experience fill in the blank. and you're going to fill in the blank. You're going to define what happiness means to you. You're going to define what it means to be prosperous. You're going to define what it means to be in sacred, holy relationships, not just with a soulmate. Oh, that's so elementary. We want to go into sacred, holy relationships with everyone, all the time. Right now, they've been saying for the past 10 or so years that our country is polarized. The world is polarized. We've got people on the left and on the right, and all of these things, and conspiracy theories about this, and conspiracy theories about that. We're going to let all of that go. The universe doesn't believe in conspiracy theories. It's up to all but one. And that one conspiracy is, you are destined to rise into your magnificence, and there's a conspiracy of love that will take you there from your human to your soulful self. That's the only conspiracy that exists. And what's up happening, remembering, this is the final point here, remembering there are things that are happening in the temporal world that are real. And what I mean by that, and that falls under the umbrella of phenomena. The phenomena of racism exists in the temporal world. It does not exist in the eternal. The phenomena of economic markers and things of that nature, economies dipping and rising, exists in the temporal world. The phenomena of polarizing politics exists in the temporal world, but it doesn't exist in the divine. The divine knows nothing about political parties, nationalities, races, and things of that nature. All it knows is harmony and goodness. The reason I'm bringing that up is we want to make sure that we don't accidentally, inadvertently step into one of those things that seems justified because those people with those conspiracies are doing this. We want to make sure that we say, I am going to stay centered in a world that works for everyone. There's been study after study after study on meditation and prayer that when people come together, and when you go into meditation and prayer, you let go of the temporal world. When you let go of the temporal world, boom, peace, harmony, cooperation, goodness, prosperity, wellness. That's what happens immediately to the degree that you will accept it. Divine receptivity is what we're saying. You're going to transceive and receive your good, which means you're going to let go of premeditated ideas of separation. Easier said than done, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. When you move into the zone, like when the band, Michael's twirling, you're in the zone, man. You guys are in the zone. When you're in the zone, that's where infinite potentials and possibilities lie. I'm imagining that you would like to see your world, just your world, your family, your friends, your extended family, your community in harmony, in peace, in cooperation, prosperous, healthy, good. We'll start there in your world. And as your world rises, the whole world will rise. As you resist the temptation of conspiracy theories, you will move into a space of providential awareness. So we're all going to agree to do this, yes? Yes. We're all going to say yes to the providence of you. It's you. I'm not trying to convince you to follow some dogmatic thing. I'm telling you to be with you. You be with your higher self. You allow providence to illuminate you, and all else will fall into place. So we're going to do that, yes? Yes. We're going to do it benevolently, brilliantly, elegantly, joyously, yes? Yes. We're going to allow ourselves to be benevolently vulnerable so that we can heal worries, doubts, and fears, yes? Yes. All right, you guys are pretty good today. I didn't have to get a little extra one in there. I'm hearing that reverberating from all of you online, too. We're all going to say yes, and I will tell you, we right here in this room, we right here on this stream, we right here with the Agape International Spiritual Center and all the New Thought Angels Wisdom teachings and all the spiritual masters, gurus, and teachers that stay in the oneness are what are allowing the world to thrive. And we're going to allow our world to thrive. And with that, I'm going to invite you to join me as we move into prayer. And all I ask is that you allow yourself to be wholly receptive in this moment. I'm going to ask that you allow yourself to be benevolently vulnerable in this moment, letting go of any erroneous idea, any belief that is not rooted in truth. Oh, how grateful I am to know that in God all things are made new, fresh. We return to the beginning. That is what prayer is. It takes us from the temporal to the eternal. It allows us to move from the finite to the infinite. It allows us to return home. And it is more than a practice. It is a way of being. It is alive. It utilizes the law of transmutation, which heals through grace and through beauty, and it activates the creation of our soul. We return to the beginning. We know that the omniamorous nature of God, of life, is good. It is love beyond our wildest dreams. It is fun. It is joy. It is harmony. It is beauty. And we open to that. We return home right now. We return to the great truth, the great knowing, the great remembering that where I am, the entirety of the kingdom of heaven is, the queendom of heaven is, God is. God is all good, all love, all peace, all joy, never once having judged, never once having condemned, never once having withheld. That does not exist. That would intimate separation, and there is no separation in the divine. There is wholeness, there is wellness, there is goodness. Our spiritual DNA carries the blueprint of that in our bones, cells, and tissues, and we are allowing that. We say yes to rejuvenation, regeneration, and expansion only and always in benevolent and glorious ways. We say yes today. I will allow myself to feel the holy impulse of providence as it guides, directs, unites, and connects. I will allow myself to return to the only conspiracy, and that is the conspiracy of good. God as me in the world, but not of the world. Oh, how good it is to know we share this destiny, individually and collectively. Oh, we take a moment in this benevolent state of vulnerability, and we allow ourselves to be fortified, amplified, glorified in our own magnificence. God as you, as me, individually and collectively. And we allow it to inspire, to motivate and enthusiate. We say, yes, I am the great enthusiator. I bring enthusiasm through me to the world. Oh, we let it be good, we let it be now. And I can confidently know as we touch the vibrational frequency of the beginning, the absolute, that it is already done in the mind of God. It is already done. My wellness is done. My prosperity is done in the mind of God. I allow it to matriculate into space and time as my experience right here, right now. I agree to harmoniously, gloriously, beautifully, and benevolently let it be by saying, and so I let it be. And so it is. Amen. 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 Ami. Ashe. Aho. Mahalo. Shalom. Hotep. And hallelujah. Ah, all right. Breathe that in. All right. It is time for our conscious circulation. Tithing is what we call it. And it is just honoring the law of circulation. Nothing that we are giving is coming from a depletion. It is entering into an expansion. That is how we work with the law of circulation. So for those of you who are here, these two beautiful angels are going to circulate the baskets. And I'm going to have you go forward and allow those baskets to circulate. You can put cash or checks in the baskets. You can also text the word GIVE to area code 669 342-2157. Text the word GIVE if it's your first time to area code 669-342-2157. For those of you streaming live, you can, if you're on our website, you can go to the donate button or the donate tab, or you can go to the GIVE and you can do it there. All of these electronic ways are safe and secure. And just as a note, some of you remember when we moved into our new place, we had a chart, a trajectory of where we're going. And we've been incrementally increasing to meet the demands of our community. So we're so appreciative of all of you who donated to get us into our new space, to get us all our new equipment and everything that's going on. And we're also grateful for everybody who's continuing that wave of prosperity consciousness. And with that, I'm going to invite Rena and Christy, come on up.
check? Okay. This is a new message. This is a song that we haven't performed before. This was a request from Jessica. We worked on the lyrics together, so it's a pleasure to present God, I'm Ready Now.
Thank you. That was awesome. You guys are beautiful and amazing. More love for Rita and Chrissy. We're going to bless the offering in just a moment, but I forgot one thing I want to finish out. I got the point across about the scamming, which we're not going to be victimized, but just to follow it up, she ended up wanting to, what ended up happening, she was $25,000 in debt, and that was a big problem. Nothing was changing. Then all of a sudden wanted to do the deep dive and start doing some inner work and release victimization. And then that took about a year to get to a place for that. And then after that, all of a sudden, because all that ended up being debt, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, from a fixed financial experience, money started coming in, and then all of a sudden when she healed those victimization beliefs, it all got paid off with money to spare. So I just wanted to fill in that, round that out. We're going to go ahead, we're going to bless the offering. Oh, I'm going to invite you to join me as we extend our heart, our prayers to our hands. Oh, we take a moment. Oh, how good it is to know that there is one power, one one presence that is all loving and all giving all the time. It circulates its good. I'm grateful for this offering, knowing that we continue to be divinely receptive, each and every one of us, individually and collectively. We continue to hold the high watch for our own lives and the life of our spiritual community, that it thrives, that it is absolutely robust in its magnificence. And it is because we recognize one power, one presence, one source, one supply of all good that is God. And we know that we are one with this. We are one with it. And we give thanks. We give thanks as we bless this offering, knowing that it continues to multiply for us. As we give, we receive. And as we receive, we give. We bless this offering knowing it is good and all needs are met individually and collectively. And we allow it to be good and continue to grow and glow by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Amen. All right. I believe the kids are coming in right now.
And I'm with the Enlightened Kids Village. And today we spoke about mindful breathing. Mindful breathing helps us deepen our awareness of God's presence within us. And through mindful breathing exercises, we calm our minds and we're able to open our hearts to feel God's love. And Maddie wants to share some thoughts on that experience that we had together practicing mindful breathing.
So when Alyssa talked about mindful breathing, I imagined that I was like floating in a creek, and I was flying in the forest with the other birds, and I was in the ocean swimming with the other creatures. I felt like enchanted and awe, like in this majestic and mystical world.
As they're getting their pictures taken, we're going to all rise for our peace song. The words are in your program if you want to sing along with us.
Bracelets at Fred?